They rode side by side, the princess glowing with beauty and grace, and the maid watching her with eyes that hid a storm. While the princess dreamed of her future, the maid counted every luxury she had been denied. Every silk, every smile, every promise meant for someone better than her. And as the forest deepened around them, envy hardened into something darker. A thought the princess never saw coming, a plan quietly forming beside her on the road. By the time this journey ends, one girl will lose everything, and the other will take it. Welcome to Tales Around the World. Here, we uncover the original versions of stories you may think you know. These fairy tales are not only beautiful, wise, and thrilling, but also, at times, gruesome and dark. Passed down through generations, these tales reveal the deeper truths, hidden within the shadows of old folklore. Viewer discretion is advised. Some stories may contain themes not suitable for children under 13, so sit back, relax, and let us guide you through the magical, haunting, and unforgettable world of Tales Around the World. Once upon a time, there was an old queen who had long ruled alone since her husband's death. She had one daughter, a princess of such beauty and grace that people said the sun itself paused to shine on her face. When the princess came of age, she was promised to a distant prince. The day of departure approached, and the old queen, though heartbroken to lose her child, prepared her with all the riches of a royal bride. Golden jewelry, silver trinkets, fine silks, and a chest full of treasures. She even appointed a lady-in-waiting to accompany the princess and deliver her safely to her betrothed. Each woman was given a horse for the long journey. The princess's horse was named Falada, and unlike any other horse in the world, Falada could speak. Before the princess set off, the queen went alone into her chamber. She took a small knife, pricked her finger until 3 drops of blood fell and caught them on a white cloth. Handing it to her daughter, she whispered,
"My dearest child, keep this close. It will protect you when I no longer can."
Tears blurred their farewell. The princess tucked the blood-stained cloth inside her bodice, mounted Falada, and rode away with her maid toward the distant kingdom. After an hour on the road, the sun burned down fiercely. The princess grew parched and said gently,
"Please fetch me some water from that stream, in my golden cup."
But the maid sneered.
"If you're thirsty, get it yourself, and you are not allowed to drink it from your golden cup."
The princess, weary and desperate, dismounted and knelt by the water. As she drank, she murmured,
"Oh heaven, what am I to do?"
And from inside her dress, the 3 drops of blood softly replied, "If your mother only knew, her heart would surely break in 2." The princess said nothing, only climbed back onto Falada's saddle and rode on. Hours later, heat shimmered on the horizon, and she asked again,
"Please, fetch me a drink."
But the maid, more arrogant now, snapped,
"Get down and drink it yourself! I told you, I serve no one!"
The princess obeyed again, dismounting in silence. As she leaned over the running stream, the little white cloth slipped from her bodice and was swept away by the current, unnoticed. The maid, however, saw everything. Her eyes gleamed. Without that charm, the princess had lost her power. She was defenseless. When they rode on, the maid turned in her saddle.
"I'll ride Falada now,"
she said coldly.
"You take my old horse."
And the princess, helpless, did as she was told. Then came the final betrayal. The maid ordered her to strip off her royal silks and put on her own ragged clothes.
Swear to heaven you'll never tell anyone about this,
She hissed.
or you'll die where you stand.
The princess swore. Falada saw and heard it all. By the time they reached the foreign palace, the waiting maid rode proudly ahead on Falada, while the true bride followed behind on the lesser horse, her fine clothes gone, her spirit trembling. The prince rushed to meet his bride and took the maid by the hand. He helped her down from Falada, smiling warmly, and led her inside, never glancing at the quiet girl waiting in the courtyard. From his window, the old king, the prince's father, saw her. Something about her gentle face stirred him.
"Who is that girl standing alone?"
He asked.
Oh, her?
Said the false bride lightly.
Just the servant I brought along for company. Give her some work so she doesn't laze about.
The king nodded.
"Very well. My boy who tends the geese could use help."
And so the true princess, a king's daughter, became a goose girl, working beside a stable boy named Curdken. But the false bride was nervous.
Dearest husband,
She said one evening to the prince.
please have my horse Falada killed. It misbehaved terribly on our journey.
What she truly feared was that Falada might speak and reveal her crime. Her request was granted. When the true princess heard, her heart broke. Secretly, she offered the slaughterer a gold coin if he'd do her one kindness.
Hang Falada's head over the dark city gate where I pass each morning. Then I can still see him once a day.
The man agreed. And so, the next morning, as she and Curdken led the geese through the gate, she whispered,
Oh, Falada, it's you hanging there.
and the horse's head replied,
"'Tis you, pass under, princess fair. If your mother only knew, her heart would surely break in two."
Tears stung her eyes, but she said nothing and walked on. At the meadow, when the geese were feeding, the princess sat down and unbound her hair. It fell around her like rivers of gold. Curdken stared, spellbound, reaching to pull a strand. She murmured softly,
Wind, wind, gently sway. Blow Curdken's hat away. Let him chase o'er field and wold till my locks of ruddy gold, now astray and hanging down, be combed and plaited in a crown.
and instantly a gust of wind caught his hat and carried it across the fields. While he ran shouting after it, the princess calmly combed and braided her shining hair. When he returned, breathless, she was done. He was furious but said nothing. The same thing happened the next day and the next, and every morning they passed under Falada's head, hearing his haunting words. Finally, Curdken had enough. He went to the old king.
I won't herd geese with that girl any more,
He said.
"Why not?"
Asked the king.
She mocks me all day. Every morning she talks to a horse's head that answers her, and out in the meadow the wind itself obeys her.
The old king's curiosity flared.
"Tomorrow."
He said.
"Go as usual. Leave the rest to me."
At dawn he hid behind the gate and saw the girl whisper to the hanging head. Then he followed her into the field and watched her golden hair glint like sunlight as she murmured her spell, and the wind snatched Curdken's hat away. The king saw it all and returned home deep in thought. That evening he called the Goose Girl to his chamber.
"My dear,"
He said kindly,
"tell me what troubles you. Why do you speak to the horse's head? Why does the wind serve you?"
I cannot tell you.
she said softly.
I swore an oath by heaven itself. If I spoke, I would die.
The king pondered, then said,
"If you can't tell me, perhaps you can tell the iron stove. Go on, speak to it."
And he left her alone. So she knelt by the cold iron stove and poured out her heart, weeping bitterly.
Here I sit, abandoned by the world. I am a king's daughter, forced by a false maid to trade my royal robes for rags, to herd geese while she sits beside my groom as his queen. If my mother only knew, her heart would surely break in two.
Outside, the old king stood by the chimney and heard every word. He returned quietly and summoned his servants.
Bring her royal garments,
He commanded. When she was dressed once more as a princess, her beauty shone so brightly it seemed the room itself glowed. Then he sent for his son.
Here stands your true bride.
He said.
The woman you received is a fraud.
The young prince's eyes widened, joy and shame flooding through him at once. He took the actual princess's hands, vowing never to be deceived again. A grand feast was held. The false bride sat at the prince's right hand, unaware of who glittered on his left. When the meal ended, the old king rose and spoke.
I have a riddle,
he said casually.
What punishment should someone receive who has betrayed her master, stolen her lady's identity, and lied to a prince?
The false bride smirked.
That's easy.
She said.
Such a wretch should be stripped naked and sealed in a barrel lined with nails, dragged by 2 white horses until she's dead.
The king's eyes gleamed.
You have judged yourself,
he said, and so it was done. Then the prince married his true bride, the real princess, and together they ruled in peace and joy all their days. The Goose Girl is a tale about the quiet strength that lives in goodness, truth, and love. At its heart is the unshakable bond between a mother and her daughter, the kind of love that protects even across great distances. The princess's gentleness, though tested again and again, never fades. Yet it is not a prince's bravery that saves her. It is the wisdom of an old king who sees with his heart more than his eyes and listens when others would overlook. His kindness, caution, and insight unravel the deception and restore justice. The story reminds us that true nobility is not loud or forceful. Sometimes it is humble, patient, and pure, powerful enough to outshine cruelty, and in the end, goodness is recognized, truth rises, and love gently leads everyone home.
What did you think of today's story? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more tales from around the world. If there's a story you'd love to hear next, share it with us below.